Alright, let's try this again. I think I got it now. A little bit newer software. Alright, I can do some slides up here. I still can't do a record whole screen, so I'll work on that. I just don't have a lot of time during the day. This first picture is a collection of some Morgan silver dollars and some peace dollars. I thought I'd just throw it in there. I just sold them because I want to buy I just want to buy, some bullion. I don't want these numismatics. I kept a couple of rare ones, but these are gone, so now I can buy another roll of Silver Eagles. And because these, I would have to figure out which each one was worth, and it would be a pain in the butt when it came time to sell them. So I just want to, own something that's a little bit easier to own. All right, let's get on with this second one here. This is silver today. And the trend is still broken, and you can see we're making lower highs and lower lows, almost a lower low just 5 days ago, but the trend is down, and I can see this unless there's some kind of a news event or something that's going to drive the market down and bring more fear in, this could pull back too. I hope I'm wrong, but it's still not a real strong buy signal. It's only about a 20% buy signal, so we want that up to about 80% to really buy. So I've seen these charts do this a million times, and most of the time they go down. So sometimes it won't, but this is no chart to be involved with. If silver opens lower tomorrow, my purchase order for ZSL, which is the short the silver, will kick in. I have an order at 12.50. That should kick in if silver opens up down tomorrow, because when you get the sell signal on a downtrend, you go short. That's about it. Supply and demand still look kind of weak, but they're leveling off. They're not dropping down so far, and the relative strength looks pretty good. Let's see. I had a lot of comments on what the hell I'm doing with these charts and how to read charts and all that stuff. So I'm going to try to. I sure could do a better job with some better software, but I will find that software. But right now I don't have it. So basically, the strategy is this. This is a weekly chart. This is a weekly chart of silver, and you can see anytime the highest high of any week is higher than the previous 3 weeks highs, then that's an uptrend. And when the lowest low is lower than the previous 3 lows, then that's a downtrend. So you can see the second to the last candlestick there, we dropped below the low of the previous 3 weeks, and that broke the upward trend temporarily. So that's technically a downtrend. And then if you look over in the daily, anytime any low of the day is lower than the previous 3 lows, you go short because the trend is down. If the trend was up, you'd simply be out. You're either long, which means you're buying for the long term. You're short, which means you want the stock to drop and buy back cheaper. Or you're out. So the trend is down. But I don't see any day. The last couple of days were not lower than the previous 3 days, so we're not short. But you can see tomorrow, if it opens up any lower than it is now, that low will be lower than the previous 3 days, and that will be a short signal by buying ZSL. And that's basically it. Let's look at the gold. Here's gold too. The second to the last bar you see there. No, actually, it just broke trend this week or last week. That's last week's trend. It hasn't really recorded this week yet. The lowest low was lower than the previous 3 lows, so that broke the trend downward. So then we look at the daily. I don't see any day yet that is lower lately that has been lower than the previous 3 days. So if gold drops down tomorrow, you could short gold if you're just into gold, but I prefer silver. I don't trade gold at all. I trade the gold mining stocks because they'll outperform silver, and that way I can kind of be involved with gold without actually owning it. That's basically the strategy. You're in and out a lot. But the whole point is to catch these huge up moves. You see the up move from about a third of the way up to 2/3 of the way. That's the kind of moves you want to catch, and this system puts you in to catch those moves up and to catch the moves down. Sometimes you get kind of a grind when you're going sideways like this, but if the signal is weak, I'll only put a partial position and I won't go. And that's another thing I do. You might think I'm crazy, but it works. When we have a strong enough buy signal in the 80th percentile of probability, I put my entire account into SLV because the whole point of owning of having a brokerage account is to trade SLV. I might trade other things sometimes, but so I put the whole account in when the buy signal is strong enough, and I put a stop loss. If I lose a little bit of money, that's fine, but you have to be aggressive if you don't want to spin your wheels. So right now, if we do go short, it's going to be a weak short signal, so I'll only put about a 30% position on. So if you can afford 1,000 shares, you only want to short 300 because the sell signal is kind of weak. And that's what you have to recognize by looking at these charts. You have to look at the probability of what it's going to do. Anybody can look at the chart, but to be able to see the probability and measure it in your head, and then make a move, that's when you when you lose small. When you win big. And that's what you got to do. Win often and never lose big. And this system will keep you out in the downturn. So that's basic. Let's look at this other picture right here. This is the main stages of a bubble, and I think you can read that. There's the takeoff, the first sell-off, the bear trap, where people start selling, thinking it's going to go lower. And then you get media attention, enthusiasm, greed, delusion, new paradigm, which means things are different now. It's never going to go down. Then denial that it's starting to go down. A bull trap, where people want to buy because they think it's dropped far enough. That's just exactly where we are now in real estate. And then a return to normal because it'll have a bounce up. And then the fear sets in, the capitulation and despair. Now when it hits despair, that's when you want to buy because silver will be real high. That's when we're in the despair phase, when it's dropped below the mean. That's when you want to jump on it. So that's what we're waiting for. No amount of inflation is going to stop this force. So usually things priced in dollars will go up with inflation, but real estate won't. I don't believe. Nominal house prices. These are the housing bubbles in London, UK, and Scotland. See, they're just starting to turn down to the bull trap. People will start buying real estate now, and they're going to get caught in the bull trap because it's going to come down. This is cool. It's the average UK house price in ounces of silver. Right now you can see it at about 20,000 ounces, but it's been as low as 1,000. So when it gets to despair, we should be around the 1,000 ounce mark to buy a median home. So that might be cool. I think I might be running out of time, so I'm going to stop this now, and I'll do a second one.